All right, so here we are, man. It's my first day on the Soothe job, and they sent me a summary, an offer, showed me where it was, the time, the length of the massage, and how much I would receive. So I took that into account, looked at the clock, I said, let's do this. Let's go time. All right, so here we are. This is the exact information for the most part that I get before I accept. The only difference is this time they actually put the address. So, starting from the top, you see the person is a new client. It gives me the date and the time where I need to be, tells me how much, and it's 113 for 120 minutes, so 113 for 2 hours of hands-on time. And that person had 5.0 stars and double-digit reviews. They were 12.33 miles, and why that's important is because when I put it into my GPS, my phone, it came out to be 16.5 miles. So technically this thing was off by 30%. So now I know that chances are when I'm getting other orders for 37 and 38 miles, which is a majority of the orders, I need to be aware that chances are that's 48 to 50 miles each way. So that 30% can add up to be a lot, especially in fuel. So let's keep it moving. Coming down here, client preferences, that's pretty cool. It'll tell you what pressure, what type of massage, sports, Swedish, even has a section for talking where it's no, I don't like to talk, or I prefer a little chatter. And this person was, I prefer a little chatter, so it's cool. And then got the address and then parking type, free street, always good. And then some extra instructions. All right, so here we are. This massage table has been inside my closet for a while. I jumped into massage and I just did my typical, 4 or 5 days a week, and then I upped it to 7 days a week. And I was just like, I don't really want to drive to someone else's place because it's a lot of time. I just want to show up to a place. They have the schedule already, and I'll probably do a whole video on comparing mobile massage to spot massage, breaking down everything as much as I can. So here we are. This table is an off-brand table. It's not an Earthlight. Earthlights, in my opinion, are the way to go. But at the time, this was the cheapest massage. It was $99.99 with free shipping. I went with the pink one because my last one was black, and I said, let's switch it up. No, my last one was white. The one before that was black, so I said, let's go with some pink. This table is really thin if you look at it width-wise, so it came with these extra 2 arm pieces, which you are going to need if you go for this table. I'll leave a link for it. But yep, so it's got the 2 side pieces. The head cradle is fine. Everything else is good. I laid on it. I weigh over 200 pounds, and it's good. So look at that PlayStation 2 right there on the left. You see that? I like it vintage. That little portion with the hole in the table, I've heard it called the face port, a breath hole. I don't really know what it's for, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if it's for infants. I don't know if I've seen adults put their face in it. It doesn't seem really practical. But moving on, the table did pretty well. It came with a carry-on bag, but the carry-on bag was super thin. So what I used it as was a duffel bag for my gear. So I threw all my lotions in there, I threw my towels in there, I threw my sheets in there. So all I had to do was grab and go, grab and go. So eventually I broke it all down and put it into the car. I went to Walmart. I picked up a steel stool, foldable, for $14.97, and I was on my way. So here we are. I just finished that night massage. Started at 9 to 11 end time. My front seat is missing because it's actually inside my living room. I'm using it as a lazy boy recliner. It works the same. And it also leaves me a lot of space to get things in and out. So I got the table in there really easily. There goes that duffel bag that I was talking about with all my gear. Simple as that. And the last thing we'll have to grab is the stool that I just bought from Walmart for 15 bucks. I think that might be the first 2-hour massage I've ever done mobile. I try to avoid them, but economically, it's a good choice because if you're comparing the same location, your travel is already the same, right? If you would rather do a 60 and 90 or 2-hour, you might as well just suck it up because you already have to travel there. Might as well get as many hours as you can. But we mostly talked. He talked, which is good. So we talked about trashy reality TV and cryptocurrency. So I'm gonna head home. We already worked today at our in-person job. This was our first Soothe, and we're waiting on our application back for Zeal because we had to reapply because it had been so long since we did it. It's been a year since I did Zeal.
or any of massage mobile. And Zeal, there's another one, Soothe, Zeal. There's a third one, I already forgot it, but yeah, so let me head home. It's like 11:10 at night. Yeah, I'm done.
All right, so after the massage, you have to make sure that you check out. If you don't check out, it's just a button that pops up back on your app. They'll just send you a text saying just check out. Simple as that. Which I did, and then I went about my day. But you also have to give them a rating. So I went back to my account, hit the 3 bars in the left corner right there. It brought me to the sidebar. I hit appointments, pretty simple. After appointments, I then went down to the corner and hit appointments in the right corner one more time, which changed it to upcoming and past in the top. I then hit past and it brought me to this person. So then I clicked on that person and I was able to give them a rating. I gave them 5 stars and I said they were really nice. All right, so it's about that time, and it's time to talk turkey, the moolah, the cheddar, everything. So here it is. It took about 1 to 2 days to get a process. Apparently, I believe they pay you after each massage you do, which is really cool. So in less than 2 days, I got that. All right, so here we are for the expenses. I'm gonna start with gas. It was $3.98. So how I came up with that was it was 16.5 miles each way. So times 2 is 33 miles round trip. So that's a total of 33 miles. I then divided it by 24 miles per gallon. I just looked up my vehicle, plus I've had it forever, so I know that it's 19 in the city and 26 miles on the highway. So I put it right around 24 because it was mostly highway, very few red lights, right? So that came out to be 1.37 gallons. Rounded down was actually 1.375. Don't tell anybody. So then I took 1.37 gallons and then I multiplied it by $2.90 a gallon, because that is what the current cost of unleaded is. Came out to be $3.98. Now be aware there were no tolls and it was free street parking. That's what I like. All right, so here we are with the fun stuff, taxes. Now be aware this is an estimate, it's a template, as you see in big red letters at the bottom, not tax advice. This, I just want to paint a picture and show you how important it is to know that that $113 is not all mine. So here we go, self-employment tax is about 15.3%. And through a quick Google search, I could tell you that federal by income for my bracket is about 12%, right? And that number can change a lot, right? Year to year and based on how much you make. But that self-employment tax is usually gonna be around 15%. Last time I checked, it was actually 15.5, 15.8, and maybe I'm incorrect, but always count that off as 15%, right? It's important. So you add that up, you get 27.3%, and 27.3% of that $113 is $30.85 that's gonna go to Mr. Sam. Wait, is it Uncle Sam? It's Uncle Sam. All right, so here we are. We're getting closer, right? So we got gross income at $113. We finally subtracted our taxes, and that gave us $82.15. But we still have to subtract for our gas, the $3.98, which gives us a quote-unquote profit of $78.17. But on the other hand, so we have not incorporated our most valuable resource itself, which is time. So as for time, it took 31 minutes for us to drive to the client. It took 10 minutes to get from car to setting up the table inside the client's house. It then took 120 minutes to actually do the 2-hour massage. It then took 10 more minutes, once again, to break it down. And obviously we washed our hands after, and we also washed our hands before we touched the client, and then get our stuff back inside the vehicle. It then took 31 minutes for us to drive home. So in total, it took 202 minutes, which is equivalent to 3 hours and 22 minutes. So here is our mathematical finish line. Our profit was $78.17 after all expenses. It took us a total of 3.36 hours, 22 minutes, because it took 3 hours and 22 minutes. 22 minutes is 36% of 1 hour. I just did 22 over 60 equals X over 100, you get it. And that came out to be $23.26 per hour. Now, normally you shouldn't incorporate the travel time to your job, but when you're doing mobile massage, you are traveling to each individual massage. That's why the travel incorporation time is so important to your financial success. So this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope I didn't confuse you too much. Have a lovely day.